Winter has come, and what a way to kick it off with this NPL Saturday evening feature match coming your way. It's the second Gold Coast derby of 2024 coming from the Croatian Sports Centre in Carrara as the reigning champions of the state, Knights, will look for a very important 3 points against local rivals United. Hello everyone, James Coughlin in the commentary booth ready to bring you all the action from this blockbuster live on FQTV. When they met back on March 1st in Talabudra, Tyson Martin's strike proved to be the difference as Knights took 3 points back home. However, United have won 2 of the last 3 derbies to be contested at this venue, including a dominant 3-0 victory in the 2023 season opener. Both have been busy during the week, advancing to the semi-finals of the Kappa Pro Series, and with Knights eager to maintain their advantage on top of the table, and United battling for a top 4 finish, neither team will want to give any ground this evening. I've seen the lineups earlier before, but let's just run through the starting 11s for both teams as United have put their away kit on. Knights are in the traditional red and white. Let's start with the home side Gold Coast Knights. Josh Langdon is the goalkeeper. Number 2, Jaden Walker for Tyson Martin. Josh Langdon is the goalkeeper. Number 2, Jaden Walker. 4, we've got number 5, the captain, Austin Ludwig. 6, Phil Lazem. 7, Godfrey Debele. 9, Joel Russell. Ludwig. Ty Kaneko. 12, Shelford Deas. 14, Aaron Reardon. And 22, Sam Klein. Meanwhile, for Gold Coast United, the goalkeeper, Carlos Saliadare. 22, Sam Klein. Captain, number 4, Blake Thompson. 7, Xavier Pratt. 8, Teddy Watson. 10, Fraser Hills. 11, Nick Pineda. 14, Daniel Diaz. 15, Lockie Remmers. 21, Azahi Artis. 22, Braden Spink. And 24, Chris Lucas. The referee for tonight's game is Zach Keenan. He'll be assisted by Jay Hudson and Abdullah Al-Khamisi, the 4th official, Anthony Barnaba. And final words of encouragement for all parties involved as we await Gold Coast Derby number 13 of the NPL Queensland era. Knights with the very clear advantage. 7 wins to United's 2, with 3 draws here at the Croatian Sports Centre. It's a little bit more even. 3 Knights wins, 2 United wins, and 1 draw. And after some final instructions, we are ready to go. Somewhat remarkably, Gold Coast Knights, their last 2 games in all competitions have been against Wolves. Last Saturday, they beat Wynnum 5-3 at Carmichael Park before a 3-1 win here on Tuesday night. And we are underway. Gold Coast Derby 13. And it is United taking possession early. And anyone hoping for immediate fireworks off the opening kickoff. Quite going to plan, however. It's a long way to go. It's overcast, but the forecast rain hasn't quite hit as yet. You can see the recent league results for the reigning champions. 4 wins and that enthralling 1-1 draw against Knights, and plenty of pressure being applied to Spink as he has to lunge in to get it away from Debele. And Godfrey Debele almost opening the scoring after Russell put the pressure on. It was just a long ball over the top, and Spink just created the tight angle. You can see Gold Coast United's last 4 results, including the postponed home clash against Lions. And if you're sensing a theme there, that's because there is one. 4 consecutive draws. Battle for possession on the far side has Russell winning it back. He's got Kaneko and Klein to aim for. Punched away by Saliadare. And the handball is called against Panetta, much to his frustration. Fraser Hills, licensed to roam in the middle of the park. He'll be all over the place, I'm sure, as he takes the ball off Phil Larzum and spread it wide and coming together. Lucas charging for the ball and will come back for the free kick after Panetta was felled. And not sure what Panetta is exactly arguing with Mr. Keenan, but either way, it's clever ball out by Teddy Watson. Question becomes, which of the Gold Coast United players will be taking on the responsibility for this free kick? It certainly looks like it's Chris Lucas's range. Langdon sets his wall. Thompson standing over the ball. Will he perhaps look to tee up Panetta? Or will Panetta just take it on himself and he'll go low, saved by Langdon. And the Knights shot stopper had to get down low to deny that rather intricate routine in the end. That's the cleanest of takes. And the slip is whenever he comes in, it's still nodded on by Thompson, but only to the benefit of Larzum. Xavier Pratt. And he's deputising at centre back as Thompson made his way back into his preferred spot, and a lunging effort almost worked out for United, but the press from Hills. Let's get the ball in the attacking third. It's Panetta looking to fashion a bit of space, and denied by Deus. There's no shortage of combative midfielders on either side this evening. Diaz, Larzum, both unafraid to put in a tackle, plus the defenders on each side. Found his way back to the feet of Carlos Saliadare, King Carlos. His passing range and control with the ball at his feet is such an asset for United to have. This is in his third season in Queensland after making the move up from New South Wales. And that radar still just getting tuned in for the United shot stopper, as just asked a bit much his winger on that occasion. Debele looking to play in Russell. He had the first goal at Talabudra, and Joel Russell strikes again less than 7 minutes into the match. And it all came out of the loose touch. And Russell, from a tight angle, buried it at the near post. And it is an early advantage for Knights. Joel Russell with his 11th goal of the season. 6th in the NPL. And the lethal marksman is at it once again. He had 36 minutes to break through a couple of months ago. He needed 6.5 minutes this time around. I'm just waiting for confirmation on what the delay is for. And this is the first match of round 13 of the NPL Queensland competition. Which will take you through the fixtures just while we're waiting for the delay to be resolved. So this is the first game kicking off at 5 p.m. local time. In about a quarter of an hour, Penn Power will host Wolves. And then at 7 p.m. it is Roachdale against Lions. And tomorrow, 3 p.m, Sunshine Coast Wanderers against Brisbane City. Olympic Redlands at 4:30. And the final game of the round, Brisbane Roar against Moreton City Excelsior. A 5 p.m. kickoff. Thompson puts it out to the right. Over the top, and United looking for an instant reply through Panetta, but it was marshalled effectively. Langdon looking for Klein. Scott McDonald, the Knights coach, there on the bench. Asking for shape while this side look to try and double their advantage quickly. And Kaneko is fouled despite the protestations, and it's advantage played. And Knights just encouraged to keep the action going. They're in possession. So back goes for Tyson Martin. And Klein losing possession to Pratt, and Lazem going through Lucas, and Lazem feels like it should have been a high foot called against Chris Lucas, and that is actually what Mr. Keenan saw, but it's all smiles between the two, thankfully. It's a bit early for a flashpoint. Ludwig, the pretty much unanimous player of the season last year. And surprisingly so after the campaign he had. And he will defer the responsibility for this free kick to Lazem, who plays it over to his captain anyway. Just changing up the angle. And Russell had strayed offside. So Joel Russell scoring his 11th of the campaign. 7 of those goals have come in 2 matches. In round 1 of the Kappa Pro Series, he scored 3 off the bench against the Roar. And in round 1 of the NPL, a couple of weeks later, he went one better and scored 4 in Knights' 9-0 season opening demolition.
and playing central defence with Aaron Reardon pulling down the midfield. Those two were a formidable combination in the midfield behind Max Brown last year, but Brown is on over the gateway to Sunshine Coast Wanderers, and a couple of injuries have forced a bit of a reshuffle for Scott McDonald. So if nothing else, that Joel Russell goal will ensure that we're yet to have a scoreless Gold Coast derby. Pressure is being applied by Kaneko, but Diaz able to withstand that. Get it back for Salia Dare, who just overcooked that clearance. We've had two 1-0 results. 2021 round 8. Kai Tapaldo scoring. Oh, that was a solid coming together. And Larsam had to mop up and open up space for Klein. He'll flip it over for Kaneko. He's been incredibly busy getting it back on his right foot and straight into the hands of Saliadare. Tapaldo is away as the rain is now starting to fall here at Carrara. And the other one was round 8, 2022. Will Peck, the scorer for Knights on that occasion. Saliadare looking to pick out Zahiadis, who appeared in every game across all competitions this season, the only United player to do that. He started 18 of those 19 games. Klein turning away from Hills, and Klein was cleaned up in that lunging challenge, and Larsam does not like that. And Klein, let's see what the replay will tell us here, as he did go through and to get a foot on the ball, and that is the throw-in, I beg your pardon, was signalled for Knights. Trailing leg might have just caught the ankle of Sam Klein. And Langdon, under pressure from Lucas, is able to drill that one away, and that pressure anywhere will do, and Langdon did a good job to get that up towards the halfway line. Remmers over for Spink, making just his second start of the season, Braden Spink. That one was that wild 3-2 game against Lions, as Panetta is phenomenally tackled by Larsam. And always necessarily available for Knights. Phil Larsam, the NPL veteran. Just his 7th league start of the season. But boy, when he's in. Simon Smale is one of his biggest fans. All clipped in to the box. Artis heads it away. Hills can only find Larsam. Play it for Kaneko, trying to turn away from Remmers. Remmers lunging in to cut out that threat. Although it could be another one coming soon as Kaneko tries to fashion an angle for a cross. Nothing doing. too much on that pass from Watson, as Lucas is able to bring that one under his control. The Knights just moving the ball around. Reardon over to the left for Walker. Davis find a way through. Hills, Artis making the run on the sideline and out of steam. He's trying to get away from Shelford Deus, but struggled to do so. Beautiful ball into the top of the box and a bit of a slip from Watson. It's still there for Lucas. And it could break now for Chris Lucas, but Ludwig is there to clean up. And the Knights captain had to get that challenge right. And of course, he did. And now on the counter, here go Knights down the other end. Spink watching Debele. Debele will try and fire it across, but the lunging block from Braden Spink. Sends that one away for a corner. Dave's making a run short. In comes the corner, and it's not cleanly dealt with, as Knights might be able to make something happen. However, Reardon couldn't get his header on target. With every United player back, Larsam all on his own in the centre circle, was, just as a outlet. Kaneko cutting back, and he get the shot away on his left foot, and he cannot, because Artis, strong challenge. Watson, don't see anything he likes. And Russell just keeping Thompson honest. Pass is picked off by Reardon, a heavy touch as we'll come back for the free kick, I believe. No, it will actually be a goal kick. There's a legal challenge. We'll just go to the replay. Nothing wrong with that. Pratt. Expert touch to get by one, can't get by Deus. Martin comes over to clear it away. And just inside the Knights' half is a free kick for the visitors. Larsam a guilty party, and some of the assistant referees from Gold Coast United in the stand for asking for a yellow. Long diagonal over the head of Deus. Picking out Artis, who helped lift a couple of trophies last year. Now space for Pratt to size up from range. Instead, he'll go to Hills, and the ball was bobbling, and he couldn't get clean contact on it. And it is fired high and wide, but first real decent side of goal for visitors in about 20 minutes. And Langdon taking the goal kick short and quick. Thompson battling for possession with Debele. Over the top by Panetta, able to pick out the onrushing Remmers. He's watched closely by Walker. Curling ball, finding he's buzzing around on the edge of the 18-yard box. Able to find a way through Deus, and oh, that was a late collision. But is that Keenan happy to let play continue? It's Klein getting collected again, and actually there was a foul. It's a healthy crowd down at Carrara. Braving the allegedly arduous Queensland winter conditions. Well, there's a little damp and see a few hoodies in the crowd. Langdon giving the hurry up as we crossed over the midway point of the first half. Looking for Debele. Is he able to shrug off Thompson? He is, illegally so. And the goal, despite a very impressive finish from Godfrey Debele, won't stand. It was a good finish, even if it won't wind up counting. Blocking the first pass, looking to press from the front. Lazem and Kaneko. Klein quite getting clean contact, but it's fallen now for Debele, and he'll fire from range straight into the leg of Spink. And United going on the counter. Klein evading a couple of challenges, getting the pass away for Reardon, and he's got his eye in early. Aaron Reardon. Russell. Find a way through now. Here go United. Panetta gets the pass away. Watson. Left channel getting past, and he just screws his shot wide, but another warning sign. Teddy Watson getting past Martin. Challenge from Martin. There hadn't been any contact, which definitely wasn't, but it's been very interesting in terms of where that foul would have been adjudged to have taken place, right on the edge of the 18-yard box. Deus. Thompson is the other side really able to enjoy an extended spell of possession. It's scrappy, hard fought. It's pretty much what we've come to expect from these Gold Coast Derby fixtures. Kaneko back for Klein. He's not afraid to take a pop from range, and on the left foot curls it into the hands of Saliadare. Chances few and far between for both of these sides. There's long balls over the top. They're speculative and can produce results, but nothing doing so far with those. Deus, he's got a bit of space now with Artis sitting back, allowing him to pass for Klein. And Thompson will usher him over the byline. Some enthusiastic shouts for
Corner, or perhaps optimistic might be a better descriptor.
Pratt all the way back for Saliadare, and United will restart the attack once again. Remmers no way through Reardon. There is a fairly hefty band of rain that, according to the radar, looks like it might strike during the second half. In the meantime, we'll have a little bit of drizzle and otherwise dry and muggy conditions.
And a score update from AJ Kelly Park. Penn Power 1-0 up over Wolves in the other NPL men's match that is underway at the moment.
Penn Power must not have wasted any time. That only kicked off a couple of minutes ago. Martin on the turn, and with no support on the press from Watson, able to get it away. Despite half an hour of play and one goal already, it still feels like these sides are just exchanging jabs rather than haymakers, feeling one another out. Kaneko has been arguably the standout for Knights. And if you haven't had your say in that Football Queensland Equaliser survey, I strongly encourage you to go and fill it out as quickly as possible.
Halftime break should be a suitable
time to do that. In the meantime, stick with us here in Gold Coast Derby number 13. Artist, can he find delivery into the box? He can't. It's cleared away, and Kaneko will look for Debele, and he'll get a second bite at the cherry. First one was under hit, the second one was over hit. And Spink is able to clean up and get it back to Saliadare. 15 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half. We might have a couple of extra minutes added on after the stoppage following the Knights goal, and Debele putting the pressure on Thompson. Klein and Hills both claiming the throw-in, and well, the reaction of Hills will tell you all you need to know about the assistant referee's call on the near side. However, it's largely dogged determination. Hills won it back, and Panetta and Pratt almost tackled one another. Strong challenge by Watson, and he's got the ball back at his feet as it's not to take on Deus in a foot race. Well, that was a poor pass from Thompson, but Spink is there to clean up. I think Thompson thought Spink had taken up a slightly wider position. Nico on the turn, watched closely by Diaz. He's made the space, he's curled it, and oh, what a strike! That is a brilliant goal. Tai Kaneko doubles Knights' advantage, and nothing Saliadare could do about that. And they've made their chances count in this first half. Gold Coast Knights as Kaneko just got away from Diaz. And now United finding themselves in a very big hole early. And their passing is starting to abandon them as there's another loose ball from Thompson. And Klein will have another one. It's 3. That is the best of the bunch. Sam Klein with a bullet from range. And Knights are flying. And he's earned the congratulations. And he could not have placed it any better. Sam Klein, 2 goals in 60 seconds, and Knights are running away with this derby. Well, if you haven't been warned about Sam Klein's shooting ability from range, you'll know all about it now. And in a matter of 60 seconds, this game has been blown completely out of the water. Can Gold Coast United manufacture some sort of response? They look shell-shocked at the moment. Saliadare again, those passes through midfield cannot find a way through Phil Larsam. The goal scorers will get their share of plaudits, but look at Phil Larsam in midfield has been immense, just giving United zero room to operate. And Martin was collected, and he does not like that challenge from Chris Lucas, and Lucas will pick up his 5th booking in all competitions this season. Martin is very quick to remonstrate with Lucas. And for two sides, the success has been built on strong defensive records. Both came into this game averaging 1 goal allowed per match. United are going to have to find some sort of attacking spark to get themselves back into this match. Clearances just aren't falling for United at the moment. And Martin out for Kaneko. He'll ball into the box, sliding clearance. And Deus And back for Lazem. Martin able to find Russell, who had stayed onside. And Pratt for Artis. Hills picking out Remmers. Knights just back and in their defensive shape so quickly. So just given up 12 goals in the league this season. There goes Diaz, just working their way around this Knights defence, but unable to find a route through as it stands. Chested down by Artis. Spink. Yeah, Diaz, but again, it's just impossible for United to find a way through at the moment. Such as a positional discipline, and well, there is a brief respite as the foul for the pullback was given against Russell. And Hills for the give and go. Watson turning away. Artis. And to tee up the shot there, and it's deflected in. And the offside flag has gone up. And Watson will be denied the goal, as we'll see what the replay can tell us here. Flag was up instantly against Teddy Watson. And what might have been an avenue back into the match will just be more frustration for the visitors. Meanwhile, Knights will break down the other end. Debele, can he get one for himself? He can't find a way through Thompson. Lazem. Deus Klein. Such a well-drilled side. Knights under Scott McDonald. Attempted back heel from Debele. Leads to nothing as a few things in the last 10 or so minutes that hasn't gone right for Knights. Some space for Panetta as to exchange passes. Panetta takes a shot and it's spilled by Langdon there on the follow-up, and it's a lifeline for Gold Coast United. Nick Panetta almost doing it on his own as he picked up the ball in the centre circle, found some room away from his marker, and well, he didn't give up even after the initial shot, and it is now 3-1 in the Gold Coast derby. Nick Panetta, his 7th of the season. Oh, there we go. You can't say it hasn't been an enthralling game so far as Panetta just decided to drive at the Knights' defence and found a way through. Well, there's a score update from the FQPL games. Bayside United, 3 goals to the good, but why would you switch off this one at the moment? This one of the games where it seems like anything could happen in the next 47 plus minutes. Artis just forward to that one and disrupted the pass enough. Drills it, and I didn't know Chris Lucas could jump that high. Plenty of air. And he's now at the feet of Jaden Walker. Well, there you go, just like this game here at Carrara. The side that was trailing 3-0 managed to get one back. A strong challenge in midfield by Panetta. He might be the one to bring United back into it. Watson just doesn't have the speed to get away, but he does have the smarts to get the position on Aaron Reardon. You see the tackle by Panetta. He was never winning that foot race, but knew how to do enough to win the free kick. And Lucas addressing the free kick. It does seem like it's a bit too far out for a shot. I wonder if Diaz might get the pass. Chris Lucas clips it into the box. It's cleared away by who else? Phil Lazem. He really is just everywhere at the moment. Space out wide for Pratt. Pratt for that centering pass. Lucas trying to get that first touch to Watson. We're now just at the discretion of Mr. Keenan, waiting for his signal for half-time. Can United pull another one back in the closing minutes? Pass inside, picking out Artis. Panetta making the run ahead of him, and Panetta on the turn. That was a brilliant turn by Panetta, looking to square it, cleared away not successfully by Ludwig, still there with Hills, and it's stayed in. It's therefore Artis, and a couple of United players have found themselves on the ground. It's chaos in the box here in the closing minutes of the first half. The appeals for a penalty have been waved away. Now Debele holding the ball up, finding Russell out on the left. He's driving at Remmers. Joel Russell, the fast footwork, looking to cut in, cut out, and he's dispossessed as Thompson moves away. And well, look, it was a frantic ending to a frenetic first half here at the Croatian Sports Centre in Gold Coast Derby 13. As it stands, The reigning champions Knights 3-1 up over Gold Coast United. What does the second half have in store? We'll step away and let you know after these messages.
The Matildas are on fire, and the Socceroos have the breakthrough.
How do I finish this match? One straight off.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Gold Coast Derby live on FQTV as we kick off round 13 of the NPL Queensland competition. James Coughlin bringing you all the action, and what a first half it was, especially for Gold Coast Knights. Joel Russell opened the scoring in the 7th minute. Then 2 quick goals to Kai Kaneko in the 33rd and Sam Klein less than 60 seconds later, both tracer bullets from outside the area, before Nick Panetta's impressive individual determination gave Gold Coast United some sort of lifeline as we kick off the second half. It is the home side. Going from right to left on your screen. Gold Coast United in an alternate strip. Kaneko, who is very busy to start the match, and he is not so subtly pulled back by Daniel Diaz. Ball into the boxes, telling it's dangerous here. Back it goes for Kaneko. Will he opt to hit it first time? No, he'll take the touch towards the byline, clip it back across towards the back post. And Saliadare wound up bundled into the back of his net. The thread is not gone yet as Klein recycles it back, looking for Shelford Deus. Finding Walker. Zahiadis bringing it back under control, but he's got a pair of Knights players closing him down. Scott McDonald animated as ever on the bench. We are keeping an eye on the radar as well. There is a very big band of rain coming through, and expecting it to hit the Croatian Sports Centre before full time. Days will get the ball back. Klein plays it first time, looking for Debele, and Thompson is fouled, and we've got a stoppage now as Fraser Hills is requiring some attention. See if we can go far enough back on the replay to see what's going on here, as Hills looks like he might have copped the knock to the head, we think. And a quick examination of the players will suggest no changes were made by Gray Pittock or Scott McDonald at halftime. There's Hills back up as his pass is able to find Panetta, and wonder if he may opt to channel his inner Nelson Muntz. I'll do it myself. Gray Pittock might be going to the bench sooner rather than later. I just saw some action. Russell looking to close down Saliadare. With the header, and a bit of a miscommunication in midfield opens up an opportunity for Reardon. He'll play it on for Russell, and Knights might have the numbers. Russell looking against Spink, cuts back onto his right foot. And the shot is blocked by young central defender for Gold Coast United.
Touch by Pratt. Again, Lazem
First to the loose ball in midfield. I mean, there's only so many ways you can describe that.
Penn Power off to a strong start against Wolves. 3-0 to the good. Scored a penalty to make it 2-0. It was Josh Woolley. Watched that during the halftime break. That's just uncompromising in their cover. Last touch off Walker. Throw in for the visitors. Play on quickly as Pratt sprays it out to his left. Space now for Artis to stroll forward before he's picked up by Klein. Now the shot from range as it goes over Langdon's goal. And Knights, such is their confidence. Always happy to play it out from the back. Back for Walker, Lazem. And the dual press from United. Well, it looked effective initially, but able to ride the challenge. And Russell looking to turn Spink, and Russell thought perhaps there could have been an advantage accruing.
And we'll have to get out of that replay because free kick was taken quickly. Knights.
Oh, it was a quick free kick, but slow options otherwise as it goes out for Deus as he checks back. Klein pushing forward, and intercepted by Thompson. And Lazem. He's not the biggest player, but he seems to turn himself into a brick wall in these big games. Impressive work rate and anticipation, and that makes him very difficult to play around. Walker just sliding that pass through. Pratt finding Panetta. He's got him to work. Watched by Lazem. Hills with Reardon bearing down on him. And that was an interesting bit of improvisation from Watson. And Reardon is collected on the follow through. Ludwig didn't quite get a clean connection and just left a foot in, and
Debele
down now, requiring attention. Quick run through of the benches. We'll start with Gold Coast Knights. Got Luke Beckwith, Trent Millard, David Belongi, Alfie Kimball, and Marty Alawi.
That will be the end for Godfrey Debele. His first career NPL hat-trick last week. And he got through 55 minutes. Reardon on the turn as he can't escape that second challenge, and it's back now for Pratt.
Watson for support out wide. Can Watson find delivery? It's a deflected cross. And Trent Millard battling against Artis. Just interested to see how high up Millard will be pushing. He has been nominally a right-sided fullback, but as it stands, when Knights might be just looking for a bit more solidarity just to maintain and potentially extend their 2-goal advantage. Even if he is lining up on that right side, he'll be getting through plenty of defensive work ahead of Shelford Deus. They go back inside for Klein. And former Raw player Klein couldn't quite get his angles right. Just a bit too much pace on it. Brought under control, and now Knights going to hit on the break. Millard cutting back. Time to size up his options. Mentioned in the first half as well. I'm sure you have your say in that equaliser survey. Details available on all Queensland socials and website. Or with that QR code on your screen. And Hills lunging in from behind on Reardon. Some clever work on the ball by Millard. Over the top looking for Kaneko, who couldn't quite get on the end of that pass. In terms of biggest margin of victory in this fixture, Croatian Sports Centre has seen the 3 biggest winning margins. In 2020 it was 3-0 to Knights. Mason Cross scoring that wonder goal in the second half stoppage time. And that was a cynical tug back on Watson's leg, and Lazem will take the yellow card. This is his first booking of the season. In terms of winning margins, Knights' biggest victory was 3-0. That was here in 2020. Well, United in 2021, they got their revenge on the final day of the regular season. 4-0 winners on the day, and as we mentioned in the introduction, 3-0 winners here in round 1 last year. As Lucas will loft that towards the back post, and it's a bit too much loft on it. And the action is down in the United half as we approach an hour played. Over for Remmers. in terms of high scoring head-to-head matches between these two. The first one still holds the outright record. It was in the 2018 then FFA Cup round 5 qualifier. It's 3-2 to Knights. And some fairly strong protests from United, asking perhaps for further sanction. And do we have another change coming perhaps? Moves away. It will be Lucas taking on the responsibility. It's again another pitching wedge into the box, and Thompson winds up on the ground. Mr. Keenan very quick to wave away any potential penalty shouts. Outside of that one moment of sheer endeavour from Panetta, hasn't quite worked for Gold Coast United so far. And Artis has wound up on the ground. Didn't see the fouls working off the same pictures you're seeing at home. And Panetta remonstrating, suggesting there might have been a fair bit of cynicism in that challenge as Hills thought about the quick free kick. However, already gone up for whistle. Once again it is Lucas. He's had a couple to try and find his range. And the shot from range is always rising, not causing too much strain for Josh Langdon. Making his 140th NPL Queensland appearance tonight for Gold Coast Knights. One of the mainstays in this competition since Knights were admitted in 2019. Fine. Well, that was pretty cynical from Diaz, and there's a fair amount of
Professionalism in that foul from
Daniel Diaz. As is his 6th booking. He did actually pick up a red card back in round 10 against the Raw for 2 yellow cards. Walker says to Reardon, you take this one. And Reardon obliges. First stint, Aaron Reardon, a month all up. 4 NPL games, couple of Kappa Pro Series and a pair of Kappa Queensland Cup matches. Returned to the lineup a couple of weeks ago against Lions. They're very big in for Scott McDonald, just providing a bit more solidity to that midfield. The umbrellas are up once again as the rain is back. getting it back from Hills, playing in Panetta. He's watched closely by a pair of Knights players. Goes out wide for Artis, closed down by Millard. There's just no avenue through once again. As United will look to pass their way around Knights back line. I wonder when that forward thrust is going to come as they try to halve the deficit. So 25 minutes plus stoppages to go. No need to panic just yet. Well, with the conditions deteriorating, you have to imagine that it won't exactly get much easier as the rain gets heavier and heavier, and feeling this might be the band that's been threatening on the radar coming through now. Russell has got Kaneko in the middle. He'll take the shot on himself, and that one was travelling. You get by 1, 2, can't get by the third with Martin. Up and the rain is really coming down now at the Croatian Sports Centre. So Knights have a bit of a breeze at their back, and yeah, it just bounces off Deus. Exodus from the stands. Looks like it's starting to occur. As people making their way through the exit. This isn't the last match tonight at the Croatian Sports Centre, however. The FQPL 1 women's side for Gold Coast Knights playing the quarterfinal of the Kappa Pro Series against Grange. Catch that on FQTV, one of the feature matches from that competition. The semi-finals of the men's Kappa Pro Series are set for the weekend of June 28th. And Pratt just showing a bit of frustration that that pass wasn't quite played into his path. Just clipping it forward. It's just a bit of back and forth. Grandstand off on the left of your screen is pretty much cleared out, save for a couple of determined souls. Imagine the bar at the Croatian Sports Centre might be seeing some increased patronage now after that downpour, or during that downpour. And Kaneko is free in the middle. If Russell can pick him out, it's there for Kaneko from the spot. And oh, how did he miss that? The goal was at his beckoning, and he tried to be just a little bit too fine. And well, we'll stick with the live action, but Ty Kaneko could have put this game to bed. Now with 20 minutes remaining of normal time. Can Gold Coast United take full advantage of their second chance? Konenko, well, he couldn't really put too many blots on his copybook this evening. And Reardon just with the shove in the back of Pratt. Knight managed to get the ball back and clear it away. It's sent back down into their half. Remmers playing it for Watson. Lucas, he's got support out wide and slip from Panetta. Keeps the play going and forces a save out of Langdon at the near post. I think might have taken... I do apologise for the pictures. It's joys of filming outdoors in the rain. And in it goes, looking for Lucas, but Martin had to intervene, but Knight starting to feel the pressure from United a little bit more. And goes the cross, is headed away by Lazem again. Just coming through in the clutch moments again. Olympic midfielder. Joined midway through last season, and Panetta will take the shot on from range. Blocked by you-know-who. And Langdon. Oh, you can't question the commitment from Chris Lucas trying to launch himself in front of that pass by Langdon. Anyway, it's now back for Hills. There it goes. Shot on by Panetta, and Woodwick well placed with the block. Artis, the lofted cross to the back post where nobody is waiting, which allows Walker to take his time before picking it up. And he'll pick up Klein just on the halfway line, and Klein's pass took a deflection off the forehead of Thompson, and Artis happy to watch that one over the sideline. Now got some changes coming up. And I believe that may be the end of the shift for Teddy Watson and Daniel Diaz. See Lachlan Durrington has come on, as has Jack Peroni. Well, it is by and large a like-for-like swap. A couple of attack-minded midfield players. Peroni more attacking. A chance for the two United subs to make an impact in the next 15 or so minutes. Millard cutting back, and he's felled by Durrington. Maiden senior goal during the week in the Kappa Pro Series quarterfinal. Scored the equaliser at Imperial Corp Stadium against Brisbane City. And well, if there's one cause for optimism with United trying to mount a comeback here this evening. They left it late against Brisbane City. 90th minute penalty for Lucas, but for now they've got to go on the defensive to try and get it away from Klein, which Hills has done. They're trying to hit on the break. Panetta and just played it in behind Lucas. It's not the pass he was hoping to make. Sandwich coming out from Martin, picking out Walker. Spink tripping up Russell, but Russell able to maintain his footing and continue. Like it goes for Millard. And it's blocked away by Pratt, who looks like he might be starting to labour. It's actually looking like the pitch is held up about as well as you could hope given the conditions. Well, the same might not be able to be said of Millard's boots. And Durrington up the line and intercepted by Larsen, back for Ludwig, who, all things considered, Austin Ludwig, I don't actually remember calling his name that often. He's been challenged too many times. Might just be a sign of respect from United, not wanting to take it on it. Ball had gone over the sideline. And we might have had some changes there, I'm not 100% sure. Oh, that was much of a challenge. So Christian Millardness on for Nick Panetta, former Knights attacker. Can he score against his former club? Lucas turning away, picking out Hills, and oh, that was a right old shank from Hills as he just lost his balance as he was going to strike the ball. Excellent turn by Lucas, and I think if his touch had been a bit more favourable, he would have taken a shot himself. I can see throw and will go to the home side. Runners judged to have fouled Millard. Walker switches to Kaneko. Towards the back post, and Russell is there to ice the derby. 4-1 tonight. Russell has his second of the game. And he just broke in at the back post. Joel Russell.
Scored by Gold Coast Knights, scored by Joel Russell. Scores Gold Coast Knights 4. Gold Coast
And he just put it in at the near post. Joel Russell scored in the 7th, scored in the 81st. And Knights are on their way to another 3 points with a 3-goal advantage over their local rivals. Goals 11 and 12 in all competitions this season for Russell. And he, in 2 games, he's actually now become Gold Coast Knights' equal leading derby scorer. Drawing level with Max Brown, who had 3 goals. And pulling ahead. Well, as we'll wait for the cross from Millardness. Shane Smelt's the other player with 3 goals, all for the United side of the divide. Goes across towards the near post, headed away. Ludwig. And Russell, can he score a derby hat-trick, perhaps? And a throw in for United. It just hasn't been their night, Gold Coast United. They tried to find a way through, but no such luck against a Knight side that haven't been at their best for the entire match, but they've made their opportunities count. And Peroni unable to run that one down. I can only guess his stoppage is for a sub. Brian Satomo coming on for Fraser Hills. As that is the 3rd and final sub window used by Gray Pittock. And it's fair to say he's had better days at the Croatian Sports Centre than tonight. They make a sign from East, and Pratt can't find a way through Reardon, and they could be on for 5 here. It's Reardon keeping the run going. He's picked out Klein. It's 5. It's a derby demolition. Knights running rampant in the final stages of the match, and Klein now has his second.
Scored again by Sam Klein. Scores Gold Coast Knights 5.
And they've just got the running in their legs. Knights was a cool and composed finish from Klein. And there's a despondent Gold Coast United as they just have had no answer for Knights. And you wonder what is up next for both of these sides. Well, for Knights, it is league action. Saturday next weekend, the 8th of June, round 14 at home to Penn Power. Saturday the 15th of June, round 15 away to Rochdale. And then Friday the 21st at home against Olympic. On Gold Coast United, they'll have to refocus in that instance as Luke Beckwith has now come on. United, they'll have to shake this off. They're away to Brisbane City next week. And then they've got their Kappa Queensland Cup quarter-final away to Moreton City Excelsior for returning home on the 15th of June to take on Penn Power. And Kaneko is bullying Pratt off the ball and winning the free kick. And Kaneko, I think that's as much down to fatigue as anything with the challenge. He has been running at, I think, 110% pretty much all night. He's slowly making his way back to his feet. United, they've just been hit by a pair of sucker punches. That has been the difference. Really, Kaneko's 33rd minute goal was followed up less than 60 seconds later by Klein's rocket from range. And Russell taking advantage of United pushing forward in the 81st minute, and a couple of minutes later, Klein bagged his second. Millard wins that one, can't find a way through. Darryl Bright has also come on, I believe. He's there in defence. Solidario will take the free kick as we play out the final 90 seconds of normal time. Right. This is way back in to the lineup. He missed round 9 against Lions. Otherwise, he's been a regular option for Gray Piddock. A couple of other changes for the home side as well. Marty Alawi is on in 32. Maroney, he's keeping the pressure on. And this is, by my numbers, an NPL debut for Marty Alawi. He's featured in a pair of Kappa Pro Series fixtures, but this is his first league action. Rem is driving forward, getting away from Alawi. Cross in from Lucas as it's spilled and regathered by Langdon. And Shelford Deus as the player subbed off. There's not much to complain about if you're Scott McDonald. Meanwhile, for United, shake off what they hope is just a bad day at the office and look to resume their quest not only for the national stage of the Australia Cup, which will be decided in that Queensland Cup tie against Moreton City, just like it was 12 months ago, and also trying to pull themselves up into the top four. Russell on the turn, he's looking for his hat-trick. Can't find a way through. Spink there to clean up. Back for Klein. And Ludwig will... He's been not as busy as I'm used to seeing him in these games, but his leadership is still incredibly important for this side. Just directing traffic, even if he's not always on the ball. Beckwith playing it forward, looking for Russell. Klein trying to go for the spectacular as it's cut out by Remmers. Darrington over for Bright. As Kaneko. If he's not your player of the match, it probably is going to be Phil Larsam, but that will wrap up Derby Delight for Gold Coast Knights. Braces to Joel Russell and Sam Klein. Ty Kaneko also adding one. Nick Panetta, the scorer for Gold Coast United. But in the end, the reigning champions of Queensland, far too good for United. And that will be all she wrote for the NPL match. Stick around on FQTV. We've got the Kappa Pro Series quarterfinal between Knights and Grange. Final score for the final time. Gold Coast Knights 5, Gold Coast United 1. I'm James Coughlin. It's been a production of Double Take Sports for Football Queensland. Thank you for your company. Good night.